What's up, Domino community? I'm Lily Hevish, and today I'll be teaching you how to build the Sonimod staircase. So get your dominoes and let's start building. The Sonimod staircase is a fairly easy domino trick that takes the traditional Sonimod trick and elevates it onto a higher level. So that's where you get the name the staircase. It kind of is a Sonimod line that just goes upward. All you have to do to build this trick is make a Sonimod line, which I will demonstrate using these neon blue dominoes, and supports for the Sonimod line, which I will demonstrate using these green dominoes. So to start out, we're going to place a horizontal domino, like so, and then we're going to place another domino perpendicular to the one that we just placed. Now we're going to place the second Sonimod on top of both. Now on this side, it should be overlapping on the other blue domino just a little bit. We don't want it to be too far in, otherwise it might not actually fall, but we don't want it to be like so on the edge that it's going to topple by accident. And then on the other side, you'll see that the green domino is in line with the small side of this neon blue domino. So now we have two steps in the staircase. We're going to keep increasing this. Each step is going to increase by half a domino height. So we're going to place the next one vertically and then place another one on top. And similarly, on this side, it should only be overlapping a little bit, and then on this side, the edges are flush. All right, let's move on to step 4. Now it's going to increase another half domino height, so I'm placing a horizontal domino and a vertical domino on top of each other, and then another blue one on top. Technically, you could keep on building this, adding half domino heights to make it as large as possible, but there will be a certain point where when you stack vertical dominoes on top of each other, it will become unstable, and that would make it too risky for this trick to work. Alternatively, you could use something like a field starter, which just so happens to be the perfect height for this next one, and use that as your support. And because the field starter is technically one domino, it's a little bit more stable and it works just as fine. For now, I'm going to take the field starter down and just do a normal domino. So let's stack 3. Now to go from the Sonimod staircase back to a domino line, what we can do is take another domino and place it just behind the last support dominoes. And I'm just going to very carefully lean this domino like that. So when the Sonimod staircase falls, this leaning domino will push the entire green portion this way. We can add another domino in front of it and just continue the domino line. And for added precaution, I'm also going to lean this first domino that's coming off of the domino line. When you're placing this first leaning domino, just be really careful, because depending on how many dominoes you have stacked up, it could be quite unstable. So just keep an eye on it, because this last piece could knock down the whole thing. If you don't want to put a leaning domino directly on the support domino, you could probably put this same leaning domino halfway in between these two so it comes off of the side, and that way you don't need to have any domino touching the last support system. Now to trigger the Sonimod staircase, all we're going to do is place a domino line in the middle of our first horizontal domino. Just make sure there's a little bit of a gap, maybe about 1 centimeter to 1 domino thickness away, and then we can continue the domino line as well. So this is the Sonimod staircase. Now before I topple it, I should mention there's a couple of ways you can use this trick. The first way is just a general Sonimod staircase. You can make that as big as you want, or you could have multiple Sonimod staircases come one after the next. Or I can make a whole field of these Sonimod staircases by adding another domino right here, and then another domino here. Just for safety, I do like to put 2 dominoes in between the Sonimod staircases, because that'll allow me to make sure that these dominoes will indeed topple over. But as you can see, I could build another one right next to it and build that even taller, like so. Now if you are making the Sonimod staircase in a field, it may be easier to build it like piece by piece for each stair, and build the first step for all of the field lines, and then the second step, and then the third step, and then the fourth step. I'm going to take away this one for now so we can see just the staircase fall over. I think we're ready to knock it down. 3, 2, 1, go. Perfect! If we watch the fall down in slow motion, the domino line falls, which knocks over the first horizontal Sonimod, and then that no longer has a support on the second one, and then the third one no longer has a support, and it just makes a chain reaction. It looks really neat in slow motion because the dominoes just like very quickly shift on an angle, but a very specific angle at almost the same time. One thing I should mention is that this trick will work much better if you're using precise toppling dominoes. Wooden dominoes and normal game dominoes aren't as precise for stacking tall structures, especially when you're building vertically like this. You really want to make sure that the dominoes have very square corners. So if you do need dominoes for toppling, I recommend my own H5 domino creations. I'll leave a link at hevish5.com/buydominoes. These dominoes are made for toppling and will work great for this kind of trick because you can stack them very tall. Thank you to Spin Master for making these dominoes possible. If you're looking for more Sonimod related domino tricks or just tutorials in general, I have a playlist right over here you can check out and learn more domino things to add to your collection. Our featured community member is KC, who left some great tips on how to start a domino club. And as always, I'm Lily Hevish, and keep on building.